Hello and welcome to the Dray Way. I'm your host, Drayton Nay. Glad you're here. Welcome. We got a great show for you. We got a lot to talk about. But before we ever get started, I gotta ask you a question. I gotta know. I need to know. Tell me how deporting millions of people is going to benefit your life. No, seriously, go. Let me know. Or at least, if you can't tell me right now, tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments how this is going to go. Tell me how there is a successful plan for doing this. Because so far, every single Republican I have asked, they have zero plan for how to do this. None. They have no idea. Well, first, we're going to get rid of the criminals. Yeah, I would imagine getting rid of criminals isn't going to be too hard to do. I mean, you got a hold of them, they're in jail. But I mean, seriously, we're talking about what you guys said, you know, what Donald Trump said, deporting millions of people. How are you going to do that? How? How does this happen? And how does it work? And like I said, how does it benefit you? How on earth does this ridiculousness benefit you? Because I don't see how it could possibly benefit the United States at all. In fact, you know what it is? It is a hugely inflationary plan. It'll make everything cost more money. Because who do you think is picking our vegetables and fruits? Who do you think is working at farms? Who do you think is working in the food industry? Who do you think is working in the hotel industry? Who do you think is working these jobs? Hello? Who do you think's doing all this stuff? And the minute you deport them, first of all, where do you deport them? It's not like countries are going to be like, oh yeah, United States, just dump them off here. It doesn't work that way. You know, other countries aren't going to be just like, well, can you prove they're even from here? You know, I mean, why are you sending them to us? No thanks, you know, especially if you're saying, hey, we're rounding up criminals and sending them back. You know, so, I mean, there are all types of logistic issues. But now everybody has a phone. Everybody has a camera. So we're just going to start going house to house or company to company or farm to farm. And we're not going to think about the huge expense, the huge cost of doing this. And for what? Somebody please tell me what this is going to accomplish. Tell me how this benefits the United States, because I don't see it. I don't see the benefit. All I see is a bunch of racism and a bunch of people saying, hey, let's get rid of these brown people and people of color. For what ends? Tell me what it achieves. Tell me how it's going to make your life better. Because I can assure you it is not. It is going to make your life more expensive. And a lot of you are claiming that you put Donald Trump in office because things are expensive. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. I want everything cheaper. Not once did you think about, well, maybe I could do this to make more money or this to make more money. No. You're not taking accountability that way. You want things just to be cheaper. So tell me how things are going to be cheaper if we get rid of the cheap labor. I'm sorry? I can't hear you. Tell me how that works. Tell me how that's a benefit to America. I just don't get it. Because we just keep talking about deportation, and that is highly inflationary. You know what else is highly inflationary? Tariffs. Tariffs is a tax on you and me. I don't know about you yesterday, but I did doom spending. That's the new term, doom spending. And that's what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I was doing all my Christmas shopping and spending my money before Donald Trump takes office and everything becomes more expensive. You know, computers, more expensive. You know, any type of tech, more expensive. Everything's going to get 10, 20% tariffs on it? Yeah. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Let me know in the comments if you've been doing some doom spending too. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I went crazy yesterday buying up everything for Christmas and buying up everything I had planned on buying at the beginning of next year because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of people nervous just like me that the tariffs are going to hit. And then can you imagine spending 10, 20% more for computers and televisions? And Lord knows how many more items. Yeah, that's the words that you're going to hear in the near future. Doom spending, doom spending, doom spending. Because again, what does that do to inflation? What do you think? So we have a combination. We have tariffs. And do you really understand what a tariff is? Do you really understand? It's just a tax on you. Make no mistake about it. Anyone telling you any different is lying to you. Tariffs are a tax on you because the company that buys the good to bring it in to sell to you has to pay the tariff. And do you think what do you think the company does? They pass it directly onto you. So it's a tax on you. Welcome to the Dray Way. Let me know what you think about the highly inflationary things of taking inexpensive workers, shipping them out, or putting on tariffs 10, 20% on everything, causing everything to be more expensive. Welcome to the Dray Way. We got a lot more to talk about. Let me know what you think in the comments. Everybody wants me to talk about the election, and I'm kind of done talking about it. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I want everyone to understand. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, it really doesn't matter. We all lost. We all lost in that election. And there's Republican. Oh, we won. We won the House. We won the Senate. You won nothing. You know, I talked about it yesterday, and I've been talking about it for the last 3 days. Nobody won. The only person that won is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the only person that won anything. Because many of you are workers that make an hourly wage. You make an hourly wage, right? You sell your time for money, right? Well, the two people that Elon Musk and Donald Trump don't believe that workers are paid too much. They have zero, listen to what I'm freaking telling you. They have zero interest in workers and making more money. None. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, if you're a worker making an hourly wage, you are not, repeat, you are not going to make more money under a Trump administration because they could care less about workers. Do you know the type of workers that, have benefits and have guarantees and stuff like that? Yeah, they're called union workers. Yeah. And do you know what Donald Trump and Elon Musk think of unions? They don't like them. They would like to see all unions go away. So all you union heroes that said, well, I belong to a union, go Donald Trump. Yeah, Trump doesn't like you at all. And you voted for him. So congratulations. But for all of you that make an hourly wage, you didn't win anything. You lost. You lost big time. Because over the next 4 years, your wages aren't going anywhere. You're not going to be making more money. And if you think things are going to get cheaper, we already discussed that. How do you think things are, how do you think this is magically going to happen when interest rates aren't going anywhere? Donald Trump has already said he's going to do things that cause everything to be more expensive, like tariffs, like sending inexpensive workers away. So you take away cheap labor, you put in tariffs, and what do you have left, everybody? Come on, say it with me. What do you have left? Oh yeah. You know what you have left? Higher prices. Right. Higher prices. The thing that you said you wanted Donald Trump to take care of because, gas is high and, eggs are more expensive and cheese is more expensive. Yeah, all that stuff you were crying about, It ain't going away. It ain't going any place. Hope prices aren't dropping anywhere. You know, the only hope that we have of gas prices continuing to go down is China doing poorly. If gas prices keep going down over the next few months, it's going to be not because anything Donald Trump did. It's going to be because China continues to suffer. Their economy is doing lousy, just like a lot of other economies. But do you know whose economy isn't doing lousy? That's the #1 in the world and doing really, really well. Yeah, the United States. Yeah, the United States. We are the envy of the world. But you guys didn't like it. You guys were crying about it. You guys were constantly complaining about it. Oh, I don't feel it. Oh, things are still I don't, blah, 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 blah. You just complained. But you're about to get, all of us, whether you voted for it or not, are about to get a heavy dose of complete garbage from this administration that doesn't know how to do anything. They're putting people in place that have no experience, that have no idea what they're doing. And if they put in place the things they say they're going to put in place, it's going to devastate the economy and you dumbass. Yeah, you. It's going to devastate you if they do what they say they're going to do. But I digress. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm just... I don't think everybody understands this very simple, you know, because I have a lot of people right now coming up to me going, Donald Trump won, dude, Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that and Donald Trump blah, blah, and they're all happy. I want you to know there are two types of people, okay? The ones that are sad are the smart people, because they know what Donald Trump means for the next 4 years, you know? He means chaos is what he means. And then there's another type of person that's all happy and think things are great because Donald Trump is going into office. Yeah, those are the dumb people. Yeah, we can spot the dumb ones right away because they're all happy about Donald Trump getting into office. When you won nothing. Like I said yesterday, you didn't win anything. You didn't win cheaper products. You didn't win a raise at work. You didn't win anything. The only person that won something is Donald Trump. He's the one that should be happy. But guess what? He's happy and dumb too. So let me know what you think in the comments. I got a final thought, a little more to talk about. Stay with me. Like I've been saying, I want you to know, especially if you're a Democrat, I want you to know there are some good news. Good news, not just that the economy is doing well or that the stock market continues to go up under Joe Biden. That's not the good news I'm talking about, because a lot of us are nervous. I know a lot of you, I mean, some of you cried for 3 days. And I know some of you are extremely scared. I do understand that. And I'm sorry. I really am sorry. But I want to give you a little silver lining. I want to give you a little ray of hope, because there are senators, even Republican senators, that have a rational mind and that understand that they just can't let Donald Trump do whatever he wants to. Now, do they have that in the House? We'll see. Because they're going to have a very, very narrow advantage in the House. And in all likelihood, they're going to lose that advantage in 2 years. So who's going to protect us over the next couple of years? U.S. senators, all right? And I know that sounds like a crazy thing to say, but Mitt Romney and other in the middle senators that are Republican are still there. And although a lot of times they're going to vote with the Republican way, I don't think those, because they're already infighting right now. They're already infighting over who's going to be the leader. But, you know, understand this. There are still Republicans in the Senate that understand that North Korea and Russia wants Americans dead. Russia wants, Putin wants Americans to die. You know, I don't know how else to put it to you. I don't know how else to say it. But Putin, especially now, this is what you need to understand. Do you know how many hundreds of thousands of Russians have died in this war? And do you know how many have died under the weapons made by the United States? And do you think Putin doesn't think about that every single day? And that's the danger of putting a TV host up against a KGB agent and murderer in Putin. Because Donald Trump doesn't get the scale of this madness at all. Donald Trump can't even begin to understand what the hell he's dealing with. He has no clue as to how many people this person has murdered. Donald Trump thinks he's a tough guy because he's a tough negotiator. Yeah, a tough negotiator? Putin's a murderer. That's what Putin does. And you think you can negotiate with that? Make no mistake about it. Putin wants Americans to die. That is what you need to constantly think about. And that is why, you don't put a TV show host to run the country. Because now we have people like this that want to come after the United States. And make no mistake about it, there are senators that understand that in the U.S. Senate. You know, Mitch McConnell, for all his failings, he understands who the enemy is, and he knows it's Russia. And believe me, he's not the only one. There's other senators, luckily, in the Senate that understand the danger of Putin. Because make no mistake, like I said before, Putin wants Americans to die. That's the Dray Way for now. Let me know what you think. Like I said, the silver lining is there are Republicans that understand this, and hopefully they're going to stand up. And especially now knowing that Trump is never going to be up for election again, hopefully some of these senators will get some backbone and stand up and say, no, enough's enough. Hopefully that will happen. We'll see. More shows to come. Thanks for joining me on the Dray Way. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the Dray Way. See you tomorrow.